Hello. I hope you're surviving the apocalypse out there and here, wherever the hell we are. I'm speaking to a beautiful mind, somebody that is in the realm of science and engineering, creativity. You don't have to actually be enrolled in college, but you're certainly a student and you're learning something. You may be inventing something profound. You're a pioneer and a creator in the new world. You're asking yourself questions. What is this for? You're wondering, you feel like a slave to something. Who is your master? Is this all for fame? What is pure, and do you even care? I feel like you're asking yourself these questions. Is it to be seen? Who is seeing you but yourself? It's all a reflection, just a projection. Vultures, seeing vultures, people trying to pick at your ideas. Like you have these ideas pumping out of you and someone or people, co-workers, groups, something like that is around you picking at your ideas. I'm speaking to someone who wants their life to matter. Somebody who probably plans like something in the energy of like Elon Musk, but like a creator. Like you have a mind. I have a person that's looking into their thoughts and really trying to sort out the clutter and find the correct path. Seeing many different directions to go in. The clarity is self. You're supposed to be like a solo artist or a solo whatever. There's an independence that you must have here, because something about the way that you think and the way that you create, it needs to not be disturbed. 222. Also 555115 came out. You will step on the soil of many countries. So somebody very successful, like what you are going to produce is going to really change your life. It's going to require a lot of isolation and a lot of alchemizing, a lot of creating, like in the studio in your private space where you do your thing. You're going to transform something that many people are going to benefit from. I feel like you're going to make something. This feels very AI or tech, Gemini, Mercury, marketing, thinking, something like that. The very opposite of me. Not abstract, not, like this makes sense. Something about this is logical. And the struggle seems to be separating yourself from a team, a collection of workers. Like the underlying message here is like you have a team. You need the right team. You need a small team, but you need to be the mind. You need to be the engine behind the team. Because there's too many untrustworthy people surrounding these ideas that you need to some degree hide some of these ideas. You see those ideas pouring into her consciousness. You have a channel. There's high frequencies coming through, and this is like I'm seeing the new earth being created as it is. It's just a very organic flow that's happening, but your role is, how do I say that? Your struggle is letting go of the team or the way that you know things to be. You're really needing to put your life in order to where you surround yourself with the things that inspire you, that make you feel comfortable. There's a bit of leisure here. I feel like you need travel and leisure, or whatever it is that tells you, that calms your brain down. That could be porch coffee in the morning, watching the sunrise. Something about your environment needs to change. And this is, yeah, because in the past, I'm seeing a family, I'm seeing a unit that works together, but no, it's not like that anymore. You're grieving. So you've had a loss here, and you're trying to reframe your world. You're trying to rebuild your world. And for you, this is a big struggle, because I'm like, let's say you have a spouse or a partner, friends or something like that in the past, that you're like, you're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be doing this thing with me or by my side, or yeah, something like that. But the destiny and fate and endings card is here because the way that you're being set up is to move you in a new direction. It's to start this new path that'll set you in motion to get you moving in a new direction. New direction, because you fear someone interfering. There's a bit of deceptive energy, like too many hands are in the pot, and you're needing to really kind of like smoothly walk out of this situation. Yeah, look at all these snakes. It's like, why is there 3 snakes on this one snake? You know what I mean? Like, it's like one snake is, 2 snakes are following the other snake. Like, where are we going next? Where are we going next? And you're kind of like, we're going here, we're going there. And they're like, okay. And you're like, but I need you guys to like back up a little bit, because you're doing too much in my zone, because I'm really needing to activate my Neo, okay? I need to do my solo thing. I need to branch off. I have to have my independence here. I really need to flow. I really need to create, and I need to think, because depending on others right now is keeping you from this really magnificent, gears turning mind that you have. You have a very creative mind, and it's very scientific. Like, I don't feel like you necessarily vibe all the way with like the woo-woo astrology stuff, but you deeply trust in the new like mechanics of scientific discovery. Like, you're like on the edge of what's new in the realm of science, and your brain capacity is so capable of progress in the space of AI and technology, that if you can get in a space that's soothing and comfortable for you, you can really produce. You can see yourself clearer. Like, that's not anyone else. You're staring at yourself. You're transforming. You have this really massive energy that's trying to get you to have a change and produce a lot. Like, produce. But it starts in the mind. it starts in here. Because you feel this. You're like, I'm not trying to do this for fame, but what you're capable of doing is that deep. It's like, it's the best combination to have. It's like you're skilled, talented, and gifted, but you don't really want to share it because it's like, what's the point? I don't want to be famous. I don't want people following me around and taking pictures, but I certainly have a gift that I think could help a lot of people. So beautiful. Grief. You're climbing, you're heading in a direction that is of big change. Look at all this abundance. Turkey with throne. So there's a mountain, there's obstacles, there's challenges in front of you. A lot of them are here though, because it's like in here. Because it's all in our mind. And I think you know that, I think you realize all is mind. You're a very numbers mental person. And I feel like app development. So I'm seeing someone creating like an app or something. Something really smart that I'm like, again, it's not my world. But it's so the way is in silence. The clarity is in the subtlety, the things that it's hard to point out to others, that only you can see because you're being guided. This is your path. This is your narrow path to take. Whatever you're dreaming up is very personal to you. It's so unique that no one can see it like you do, which may discourage you because it's like what you have lost seems so profound because it takes up all of your memory, right? Like 100% of your memory is like living in the past, and it's hard to move forward in some way because you're grieving something that you've lost as if you're not going to gain something new here. But what you're going to gain is so it's more lifelong legacy. It's something that you'll have. It's something, it's like birthing a child. It's something that, run and greed. Like, I'm telling you, you have whatever it is, you're trying to escape from somebody that wants to piggyback. Like, just as an example, if you're struggling and wanting to get some like a divorce, let's say, and you're gonna have to leave behind something that you've acquired, alimony, however that stuff works, yes, you're gonna have to suffer, but what you're going to gain after, they won't be able to take. They won't have access to, because you're gonna get out of the situation in enough time that what you produce after the fact, they won't be able to touch. This is for you. I'm gonna read the one, because you don't believe in yourself enough. You don't believe in yourself enough. So there could be some level of, while this could be addiction, it could also be a drug or a pharmaceutical, like a medical thing. Like maybe you have an epiphany, an idea, invention, something about helping people that struggle with addiction. Maybe you're inventing some sort of mental thing. Like I'm seeing someone put on one of those mental asylum type of helmet things. Oh, like that, what's that video with the girl? What's her name? She's blonde. Okay, she puts the mental asylum thing on her head. Oh, see, and then there's the halo. Like, see the thing on the head. I see you curing mental illness in some way. You have something that turns people's minds back right. And there's people you've told this to that envy you. They are they're waiting in line to take this from you. They want what you think of. I'm gonna read the one. 10, 20, 30. XXX. I wish I understood what that meant. XXX 30. 121. See, numbers people really understand. Numbers and Roman numerals. And I think you're one of those people. So, here's the one. I'm gonna put it right there. Our ability to experience this archetype firsthand is limited. It comes in brief and potent moments that we are left to savor for a lifetime. The one is both the energy that unites all living beings and our capacity to sense this intimate union. This archetype eludes us most of our lives, appearing as a concept in a distant galaxy. Yet when we are in the midst of its power, a solemn reverence falls across all the land. We glimpse ourselves in the vastness of all consciousness and are neither small nor large within that field. We are neither important nor unimportant. All duality fades away and we are left with what is. The precious knowing that life is a gift and we are both the giver and the receiver of this fortune. So I hope you can take a brief pause with me, because I'm sensing from you a bit of anxiety it's like it's actually taking my breath a bit and causing me to kind of like stumble. And if we could just do this like quick little recalibration together. So if you could just take a few deep breaths. You're a smart person. You're very capable of producing things that help people. I think at times you struggle, like why? Like you're one of those people that are so intelligent that you definitely borderline a genius, and you sometimes question life itself, like what's the point of it all? Why should I do any of this? You really see the facade. You really see the show that we're putting on, the character. Like sometimes it can be very overwhelming when you can see through the veil like that. When you can see past the surface, it's like you're just playing with a bunch of clowns and you're like, why am I here? Like, what's the point, right? You're having kind of a crisis. I think sometimes you really have to enhance your grounding. You really gotta remember to be on earth. See, look, anxiety is all about the future. Tomorrow, you're always worried about tomorrow and the future. But the right now can really keep you grounded. The right now, like putting your feet in the earth and really connecting. So I want to say maybe this is either a message to improve your diet, consume better foods to help keep your mind clear. There's something you're eating that has some sort of chemical in it that's clogging up your brain, your power to think. Around you, you're dealing with some cycles, some patterns that you're hoping that will end as soon as possible. And I think deep down you know this is ending, you know this is over, but you're trying to make sure you're strategic and thoughtful of where you place your energy. It's really one step at a time, because as much as you have all this wonderful knowledge, it's like you really want to put it in the right place, or else you don't want to do it at all. You don't really have any interest in playing the game for others, but rather doing it for the right reason. Like if you're going to produce something and you're going to exchange your mind for this, for the brain power that it requires of you, if you're going to do that, it needs to be done right. And that's absolutely wonderful of you to move like that. So grounding is the answer. It's like really finding some earth elements, you know, natural bodies of water. If you have the ability, I almost feel like you're somebody that would like have the ability to travel, but you don't even do it enough, because either it's the intention potentially, like why, what's the point? Like you have this very who cares mentality, like this is stupid, maybe very pessimistic. When you can transmute that and kind of flip that around and maybe find some gratitude in some of the small things in life, like going to sit by a pond or a lake, maybe taking a journal with you and writing something down, or taking your shoes off and going out into the grass. These small, mundane, daily things, these daily tasks that seem so frustrating because you want to obsessively move towards your goal. You want to like get it over with. You want to move into the future and just rush the future into the present so fast, because you're so brilliant, like you're just so focused. I'm seeing this rainbow as like the electromagnetic spectrum, and I'm seeing you really focused on it, like you're trying to bring this frequency in, or this, you see, interesting. You want to communicate something you understand about frequency. I don't know if feathers are of significance to you, but you should totally look up like the meaning of feathers, or if you recently find a feather or something like that. You're a very smart person, but But you have a lot of thoughts, okay? These thoughts are, we can't use too much mental energy. We have to also use our emotional intelligence and our physical intelligence. You have to eat. You have to take a shower. Don't have to. But participating in life a little bit more and being present. There may be people in your life that want to see you more. They want to involve themselves with you more. And you're really in your head. You're really mentally driven. I strongly feel like there's a heavy Gemini energy here. But changing this a bit, it's not to remove it completely. It's not to say that you're bad or anybody's bad or good. It's just to say there's a little bit of an imbalance in the mind right now. There's too much mental energy being spent and you're not fueling it. So the clarity isn't really coming because you're pushing so hard. It's like weightlifting upper body and forgetting the bottom. You're carrying a lot up top and you're not dealing with the root chakra. You're not putting yourself in the earth. You're maybe not feeding your sacral chakra. So your intuition's all jacked up and your heart chakra, everything's kind of like getting clogged up because you're spending so much time in your head. And a vacation, something 5115, that's 10, 11, 12, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3, 3, 3. This is very mind, body, and spirit. That's what that's saying. Okay, so you see this, make sure it's not freaking glaring. Like you see the oceany, we got the sky with the rainbow, the elephant having a bath and some milk and honey. And then you got this pelican with the ocean message in the bottle, the ocean. It's really saying a break is in order because there's too much clogged up in the head. And if you could take some time to really sit back and let go of that for a minute, it's gonna come. You're going to produce this thing. It's going to be great. But other parts of you need to be fed. Other parts of your circle and your web, your connections, your network, your tribe. There's parts of you in your last chapter that maybe we could not neglect or, come closer to while you're wonderful and you shine bright. Sometimes when we get real caught up in our superpower, we can kind of forget about the peasants, like the people down below because we're so in our head. So this is like a huge wake up call to say, hey, we know you're smart. We know that you're brilliant, you're talented, you're gonna do wonderful things. We want what you bring in. We really, really need you to continue doing this thing. But can you just sit back and chill for a minute and come breathe, do some earth things. Come down to earth for a hot minute. Let's vibe, let's dance, let's go swimming, let's do something fun. This is a very do something fun energy. So that's what I have for you. Don't be hard on yourself also. I see a very critical mind of your efforts here. You're not doing good enough. You need to do better. You're not working hard enough. I see her that's your conscious mind talking to you do better, right? But no, you're doing great. What you could be doing better is what we just talked about. And kind of putting an end to more of the subconscious programming that you do know, maybe overworking, overthinking, overindulging, but not necessarily that you are too leisurous, but maybe there's something, maybe the indulgence is literally the thoughts, like you're just overthinking too much. So harness the creativity for sure. Bring in that manifestation of creativity, that mind that you have. Bring it to earth. We need it. I can tell whatever it is, like I may need that thing. So keep going. Just know that it will come. So thank you so much for watching.